Welcome back to No Limits. In this segment, we're going to talk about fundraising and then wrap it up. So, Michelle, I know that you've done a lot of fundraising. Can you tell me a little bit about how you've done it on your blog?
This past year it's actually been my first attempt at fundraising. So it's been a huge learning curve, I'll have to say. I've been raising funds for the Baker Institute here in Melbourne, and there's something called the Greg Page Fund for Orthostatic Intolerance, and Greg Page was the yellow wiggle, just for anyone who remembers, and he had to stop because he became really ill, and he has a form of dysautonomia called orthostatic intolerance. And it's pretty much the only place around that's researching my disorder and different types of it. So the past year I've been frocking up, all nice with lippy and everything, and wearing a pair of really bright, sparkly red high heels, my Dorothy shoes, which are a symbol for my blog. And I made, about 5 years ago now, as sort of a stuff you to illness. I can't walk in them or anything. They look pretty. So I've been wearing that to every single medical appointment, photographing the experience and writing up, going for an MRI this week for whatever reason, and it's pacemaker check time this week, and sort of putting a face to what we go through. We spend a lot of time in the medical system, but most people don't see it. So it's sort of opened the eyes of a few people of how many times I'm sort of in hospital or in the even in the emergency department. I've got a little soft pair of slippers that are sparkly to wear. So they've been everywhere. So I've been raising money for that for the past year, as I said. It's been hard, I'll have to say. It's hard to find that niche to fundraise these days because everyone's fundraising. And also moving from the likes to cash is such a big leap. Like, I've had lots of support and lots of likes on Facebook and Twitter and everything like that, but translating that to cash has been a huge obstacle.
Yeah, I know last year I had a woman tell her story on my blog, and the woman's in India. She's got ichthyosis, and India meant that it's like climatically it's not very conducive to a comfortable life, and socially it was difficult because people are so scared of difference and what she looked like. And also she wasn't able to take much time off work. If she did, it was unpaid because her workplace just didn't understand. Her mother passed away as well, I think just after she told her story. And I had written on my Facebook page, sadly, Tina's mother's passed away. Her mother was her carer for her whole life. And a whole heap of people said to me, how can we help this woman? And so I set up a fundraiser for her on, I think, my cause. And we raised 1,200 Australian dollars, which will go really far in India. And she's been able to buy some of her creams. She's been able to go to doctor's appointments on the train or on the plane. And she's actually donating some money to other people with skin conditions from that. And just to be able to put that story into words, or her story into words, and people can think, like, empathise or realise how good they've got it here, and they want to do something for her. So that's the only experience in fundraising I have.
Yeah, I think being able to put a personal face or story to it helps quite a lot, because I mean, there's so many people asking for money these days for a whole variety of great causes, but quite often it's just a name. It's not anything to go with it. And I think it adds that element of awareness to it. So, like, for example, I'd rock up to my neurology appointment in my shoes, and then I had blue hair, really, really blue hair last month. And the receptionist would ask, what do you got those on for? So it starts the conversation, and I'd hand out a flyer, and it's all those sort of things that make the slow inroads in. And then if you can gain cash for research as well, because there's no cure at all for my condition, it's all symptom management. And we're still trying to work out the underlying mechanisms and all sorts of things. So it's, we need research dollars, but getting those research dollars is really hard.
Yeah, sure. We're about to wrap up. Can you all give me one tip about what you think new bloggers should know about starting blogging or thinking about starting blogging?
I think just be prepared to share what you're really comfortable with. If there's something that is going to upset you if somebody comments on it, or it's going to upset you if people take it the wrong way, then maybe just don't put that out there, because you've got to take your own comfort and your own wellness first, I think, because you're sharing a lot of yourself anyway.
Michelle?
I think my main tip would be just to start. Even just start writing. If it's not for a blog, just start writing. Even write, like, take a notebook with you and note down little things that irritate you about other people or experiences you have, you know, look at that for a little while, see what it is, and then just go for it. Because in the end, at some point, you're going to have to push publish, and, you know, do it. If it's your voice, that's what matters. I think expressing you and your story is important. And I think a lot of people worry, you know, no one's going to think it's important or whatever, but it is. It's really important to have your own voice.
I agree.
And I would have to agree with that. Just start. I carry, nowadays, I carry a notebook with me, and I have this thought and I just jot it down. And will it become a blog post? I don't know. But yeah, and never be afraid to just tell your daily story, you know, just what it's like getting up out of bed and going to work, and just little snippets of the day. You know, people want to hear that sort of stuff too.
Definitely. So thank you. That is all we've got time for tonight. I have been Carly Findlay. I would like to thank our guests Michelle Roger, Hayley Cafarella and Leisa Proud. Check the credits for their blog links at the end of the show, and do check out their blogs because they're amazing. It's been a great discussion, and we'll see you next week. Blog on.